And welcome once again to Geek News and Craft Brews. We're in a different place today because we have a guest with us.
Yeah.
This is James.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, he's joining us for the podcast today, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. But as always, we are joined by the only substance that will change your personality faster than gamma radiation, and that's alcohol.
Alcohol. Yes.
Chris, what are you drinking today?
Today I chose Lagunitas Censored Rich Copper Ale. Very fun. I like Lagunitas a lot. They're out of California.
Nice.
What am I drinking? I'm drinking Odell. What is it? Chocolate milk style.
Yeah.
Lugin. However you pronounce that.
Lugin.
Yeah.
And as a gift today. Thank
Nice.
you, Katie. Appreciate that.
Alright, and then I got the Wild Double from New Belgium Brewery right here in Fort
Good
Collins.
stuff, yeah. Had that.
It's double ale brewed with Chisandra, possibly? I don't know.
Whoa, Chisandra, can I see?
It's way too fancy for me, but it is delicious, so I'll go with
Wild
it.
Double.
Well,
Doubles 2 weeks in a row. Double.
Double.
Alright, so before we really get into things, in the past week, there was a great loss in the community. Leonard Nimoy passed away. And, well, I didn't watch the Star Trek all that much, especially the original. Leonard Nimoy was always one of those people that kind of transcended.
Yeah, he's the one who stood out for me.
Oh, yeah, he was iconic and super iconic figure in geek culture, modern American geek culture. And, yeah, really did kind of transcend even geek culture because he was in all sorts of stuff, car commercials and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, he was clearly most famous for Spock.
Futurama, Simpsons even had him on there.
Oh, yeah, all sorts of things. Yeah, I mean, he's the only original cast member who's in the new series, right? In the new movies. Yeah.
And what I always found cool about him and what I did take away from him is that he was playing like the nerdiest character you can get. He was a science officer, he was completely logical, but he was still the coolest guy on TV.
Yeah, he was pretty badass.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, kind of just was a space elf. You know, robotic space elf in the 60s, you know, robotic personality, but was super tough, smarter than anyone else, you know, like, it was more, he was getting the captain out of every problem.
Had that balance to everything that, you know, all the shit that Captain Kirk always got man to, and then Spock just came in and laid it down for everybody.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of fond memories watching the original Star Trek with my old man when I was just a boy. You know, so a lot of fun with Spock, and he was always one of my favorites. So yeah.
See, my old man got into it. He was really big into the original stuff, and I never did. I never got into Star Trek, and don't shun me for that. But yeah,
no, it's all right.
Yeah, but Spock was definitely the one I definitely. I won't say identify with, but definitely the one I liked the most. Well,
that's I mean, not to compare all the different types of Star Treks, but that original cast, you know, the original crew had some really strong personalities.
Yes.
And for someone who was actually not playing any emotion, he had you know, one of the most prominent roles and strongest personalities on that show. But yeah, they were great. I like Doc McCoy too. So.
Yeah,
I think what drew me, more towards Spock over like Captain Kirk or any of the other crew members was, I think, later years how like William Shatner was just kind of a dick, you know. You know what I mean? Like you hear about cons,
he had some
like,
issues. Yeah,
you know, you hear about con conventions and all, just how he was just an ass, and you know what I mean, or on movie sets or commercials or all these other gigs that he would do, and just how much of a tool he was to everybody. And it was just like,
never hear anyone say that about.
You never heard that about, you know, Nimoy. So it was just.
There aren't too many members of that cast left alive, are there? I think it's just Kirk, or I should say William Shatner. Yeah,
O'Hara's
and then O'Hara's still alive, and then
Takai,
Takai, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure if the guy who played Chekhov is still alive or not. Sorry if you are. Or not. I actually, I don't keep tabs on
also to any big Chekhov fans out there.
Yeah, sorry to all your Chekhov fans. I haven't kept tabs up on it yet.
Steve.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely would raise a toast to Leonard Nimoy. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, fantastic.
But anyways, we do have news to talk about today, as we always do. We're going to start off with the new trailer for Age of Ultron that dropped in the past week.
Yeah, we just watched that a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little confusing. It seems like almost the whole movie's out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like 6 or 7 trailers. Oh, what is it?
No, that's only 3
It's
that I'm aware of. 3.
And they're like 7 minutes long, so we've seen all the action parts.
We've seen a lot of the action. We've seen a lot of one-liners. This trailer did reveal a couple things that I haven't seen in the other trailers. That was the possible romance of Black Widow and Bruce Banner. They kind of alluded to that.
Yeah, that was a strange one, because it seems like in the past movies she's always been kind of going towards Hawkeye in that manner.
Well, and in Captain America too, she was kind
In
of...
comics, I mean, Black Widow's always... She's made it around quite a few different characters, but I don't think she's ever made it to Hulk. Maybe I'm wrong, but...
Yeah.
Hulk was never the ladies' man.
Hulk was never the ladies' man. Yeah, I remember, in some comics where that's been an issue. And wasn't it like an old man Logan? Like, he kind of forced himself on She-Hulk to create the whole Hulk plan down the road. Like, the gamma radiation made him kind of crazy.
That's my kind of Hulk.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a hell of a story. Old man Logan. Oh, man.
I love that book.
That was a great
and
Hulk in there.
Hawkeye's in that, too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You read that, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited, though, for Age of Ultron, because James Spader is Ultron. You know, that just even cemented more for me.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, and
that's such a good choice. He's so badass.
In this trailer...
Blacklist?
Yeah, I've been watching some Blacklist. It's good. Oh, yeah.
In this trailer, he was talking for most of it, and, I mean, it's badass. Like, him as Ultron is one of those characters like Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan. It's just, he's got that real commanding voice that, I don't know, it just cuts through to your very core.
Demands your attention.
Yeah.
And, of course, at the end of this trailer, we saw Vision.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's confirmed. We're going to have... I mean, that's been confirmed, Vision, but now we kind of see a little bit of the reference, and, what the makeup and everything is going to be. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then also in this trailer, Quicksilver
and Scarlet Witch
crap out of Cap in this.
Mm-hmm. Which would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with Vision in it too, and Scarlet Witch and that whole relationship too, so it's fun.
That's true, because Vision and Scarlet Witch in the comic books are husband and wife. Yeah. Yeah. Married at one point.
Possibly. It doesn't seem like that's going to be the case as of the start of this movie.
No, I don't think they should try and implement the romantic aspect of the villains.
Not quite, but they got movies until 2020, 2018, somewhere like that. So.
2000 the future. Like,
right.
As long as they can do it.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting, though, is how, in the comic universe, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are mutants, right? But Fox has the license on all the mutants. So I guess the workaround, the rumor that they're doing the workaround with their origin story for Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver being in Age of Ultron here is that they're going to be Inhuman, actually.
Yeah, you saw at the end of Captain America 2, like the post-credits teaser scene that they were in a lab and they were testing on them. And it was like, these are the two that survived.
Right, yeah. And I mean, they've definitely approached the whole Inhuman thing in the Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. That's a big aspect of that show. And I wonder if they're not just doing... And in the comics, they're really focusing on the Inhumans lately, too.
Right.
And I wonder if that's not just Marvel Disney deciding to make the executive power play of like, well, you got the license to mutants there, Fox?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Guess what?
See what we're doing.
It's just a creation story, and we can change it. Which they did with Quicksilver, because there's a Fox version of Quicksilver.
There's Fox version.
Yeah.
That looked really weird.
That was great. Though. That was fun. I loved that scene in whatever the last X-Men movie was.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. Yeah, that was real fun.
The soup kitchen or whatever.
Yeah, he puts on his headphones. If I could store time in a bottle running around. You gotta know that he's if he was actually listening to that song, he's playing it at like five times
Yeah,
50
right.
times
Yeah.
the speed
That's not
or
actually
whatever.
going.
Yeah.
It's not actually going. That's
He's got a custom Walkman.
Exactly. Yeah, he has to. Otherwise, I would. Running around.
God, I wish the song would end.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Proud of it.
Well, yeah. It's just one of those movie things. It's like sound effects and space battles. You know, Firefly got it right, but that's it.
Firefly. Even the new Star Trek movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's
when
true.
they
More modern ones.
blew open the hole, it just went all silent as they flew out. Then it went back to like all the sound effects because they were inside.
Yeah, more modern stuff. I mean, it's you have to have the suspension of disbelief or suspension of belief, whatever the phrase is. You all know what I mean.
Mm.
Yeah,
I do.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, a lot of things you just kind of take for granted in this, where it's like they can't do that with keeping it in a normal budget, so just let it happen. It's fine.
We're seeing a lot of Hulk in these trailers. A lot of Hulk, a lot of Iron Man versus Hulk.
Yeah,
the Hulkbuster armor.
Right, and the Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
Which looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks sick. I hope it's a great fight scene, but I hope they don't make it like, 25 minutes of the movie.
Marvel did come out and say in the past couple of days that this is going to be a very Hulk-intensive movie.
Well, Mark Ruffalo did fantastic last one. And each one, Edward Norton did so much better than what's his butt?
Eric Bana? Was it Eric Bana?
I think that was
Didn't he have a Hulk?
Yeah,
Kind of like a marshmallow Hulk.
I know they had two Hulk movies like back to back, and one was clearly better than the other.
Yeah. Well, and what they can do with the CGI and everything just keeps getting better and better and better. So the Hulk and characters like the Hulk keep looking better and better and better. But, yeah.
And I think
no more Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
Yeah.
Leave Lou out of this.
Yeah. Leave old Lou. Yeah. You leave Lou alone. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think he did so well with it and the character, and I'm stoked to see him and just hulking out on everything. And just
big fan favorite of the in the first movie.
That's what I mean. And just crushing buildings.
And especially when he doesn't really have his own movie yet.
The Mark Ruffalo Hulk doesn't.
Yeah, that version doesn't. So why not? Although I do think out of the independent Hulk movies, the Edward Norton one was probably my favorite.
I would agree with that entirely. Yeah, Edward Norton.
The Abominations.
Yeah, he really nailed the kind of conflicted nature of the character, though. Oh, we have a cat guest now.
General Foxface Meowsers II, or whatever. I don't know. I forget his name. I call him Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Yeah,
even better.
We'll keep him around. Yeah, but it did whet my taste. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it should be fun, and it's coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, summer releases in May.
Yeah, it's going to be late May sometime, or early May maybe. I don't know. Sometime.
Right after Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that'll be. Is it the weekend after that?
No, that's a couple weekends.
Okay.
16th or something.
So mid to late May.
Mid to late May. Yeah, we'll find it out. I don't
No,
know.
there's a date out there. You can Google it.
Yeah.
Someone has that time.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple people listening right now. Just what a bunch of assholes.
Just like idiots. Do they even research anything?
They just like to drink beer.
There are a few things we like.
They have a loose knowledge of comics and think they can talk to us.
I know, right?
Tell me.
Oh.
I should be on there.
Yeah, that's fine. You're all right, by the way. You're not wrong.
Yeah, but anyways, the next thing we had on our docket is the emergence of fan films, and well, not the emergence of them, but like how great they've been getting lately with the effects and all the acting. And
because they've been around for a little while.
Yeah, but the Power Ranger one is what's kind of brought this up, right?
Yeah,
we mentioned
not
that
safe
week.
for work Power Ranger, as it's kind of known. 12 million views or so before it was taken down for copyright infringement, but it's back up because, I mean,
it's awesome.
The internet and it's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's easy to find. I just Googled Power Rangers short film, and it's one of those fan films that is done in that cool way where it is in a short film style.
Yeah,
I do like the ones where they have it kind of like it's like a trailer.
Right.
Those are real fun. But this one gave a lot of story to the Power Rangers, and it wasn't until I actually watched it twice because I wasn't the biggest Power Rangers fan. It's kind of more my younger brother and sister's generation. Yeah. But I'd still watch it after school and stuff, so I kind of knew the gist of what was happening. And, well, going into it, there was a lot of questions that I never thought about before, like, you know, child soldiers. Like, yeah, why did they give just a bunch of preteens these suits to fight the, you know, the machine invasion? You're like, oh, yeah,
that's kind of
pretty well done, yeah. And then you see the fates of all the Power Rangers and how, like, it was interesting because it tied in to kind of how in real life a lot of those child actors, a lot of them had trouble adult lives. You know, a couple end up in jail or pornos, and, you know, we saw stuff about dude just stabbed his roommate or something like that. They got one of the guy who played the Red Ranger, I think.
That was just happened a couple months ago.
Yeah, right. So and then
stabbed his roommate.
There was another guy who was on Power Rangers who I think went to jail for like double homicide,
right,
out on some yacht somewhere, right? So they clearly have had issues.
Yeah.
And then in this trailer, they take the Power Rangers when, you know, now they're adults and they're turned against each other, and you see like how some of them went down like really dark, violent paths, or just ended up, you know, being failures in life, and they all get killed off one at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, just it mirrors reality in a really kind of scary way.
Almost cynical, but kind of scary. Yeah, but it was done in such an awesome, well-produced, well-shot manner that you can't help but accept it. You know? Like, wow, this is great.
Like, this is amazing.
Way better than the shitty TV shows that I remember, like, watching
briefly,
like, growing up. Because I remember, like, briefly watching, or, like, glancing over, and they had these Power Rangers, like, fighting these shitty costumes, and it was, like, in a fucking, city park.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It would be like a smoke bomb go off. These guys would jump out from behind the camera. These guys would be in these awful costumes, and then, like, just throwing some punches, and then...
Well, yeah, I mean, it was...
slide off the camera, go to
like,
the cutscene.
All the fight scenes, all the monster scenes were all from the Japanese version.
Right.
And then they would have, like, the story part with the American actors would be their own version. So sometimes it'd be, like, morning, and then the fight scene would be in late afternoon, you know, and just stuff like that. You'd be like,
I gotta get a permission first.
Yeah, right. What's going on with this? Yeah, very silly.
Yeah, what I remember most about the Power Rangers show was the overacting that I would constantly see. It was just like, there'd be a smoke bomb, and all of them would go back going, oh!
Yeah,
and they'd, like, set up again and do just giant motions. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a real... Like, if I did that in a real fight, I would lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this does not seem productive towards anything.
Yeah, and that was definitely that Japanese aspect of it. You can see where, you know, like, I forget the name of their type of theater, but, you know, that's their style, very pronounced. They have that kind of fight action in their theater a lot, and traditional Japanese theater and entertainment, you know, so... Yeah, really overpronounced fight moves and stuff like that.
Which works well on the theater setting, because, I mean, people can be far away, you can see what's happening, but in TV, you're right there.
Exactly.
Like, you don't need that anymore.
Exactly.
You can do an actual fight.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of one of those where, the culture kind of catching up to everything. And you see it, especially as technology goes on and there are different trends. Notice how after HD comes out, there's a lot of use of the close-up. You know, people like, when someone's face is right there. You know,
like, oh, God.
Looks like you're, let's hold on. Okay.
3 feet.
Yeah. Wow, it looks like my eyeball's really 3 inches away from their face.
It's like I'm invading their personal space through this movie.
Yeah, I was surprised when porn went to the HD industry. I was like, what? Why did you do that? I don't think that's a good idea, guys. Oh, that was a pimply ass sheet. Speaking of fan films, right? No.
But yeah, anyways, there's... trying to get back on track from pimply ass porn, but it's a tough transition to make. But, just the amount of fan films we've seen in the past couple of years. I mean, we watched, I don't know, 5 or so, and there was a whole list more that have come out in the past year.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's even ones like Captain Planet, which you wouldn't think would translate well, and spoiler, it really doesn't.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with that.
Yeah.
There's some fun ones out there. There are a lot of really good video game ones.
Yes. I just saw one before I came here for live action Legend of Zelda. Actually.
Yeah.
It's Piano Player or something is producing it. It was a trailer for a full movie he's going to do, which is called The Final Battle.
Ooh.
And it's the final battle between Link and Ganondorf. And it looks amazing. Like,
yeah, they
if
did
Netflix
a good job.
can do what he has done with their live action show, I think it's going to be a huge hit.
I'm sure they're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Netflix, yeah. I'm sure they watch that.
Pull that off.
There's some really incredible ones.
Could pull off a fan film.
And it's just, yeah.
I think it's in their budget.
Yeah, I think it's within their budget. Yeah, right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But you look at it, and it's as of course home production quality increases, and you see cosplay quality increase.
Silly cosplay.
You're getting some really awesome stuff. There's one out there, which is a great Batman one. It's actually older, so I'm sure there's some of us who have already seen it. Someone who's watching, I'm sure, has seen it. But it ends up being Batman versus Joker, right? Mm-hmm. And they're fighting, and then all of a sudden Joker gets like snatched away from Batman by the Predator.
What?
Yeah. An alien attacks Batman, and then, Predator kills that alien, and then Batman and the Predator go at it for a while in a great fight. They do a great job with this fight scene, and the costume and everything's fantastic. Yeah. And you got to watch that one all the way till the ending, because it's a great ending. Yeah.
Good.
There's also, I saw one today, it was a fantastic Left 4 Dead one. There's a couple Left 4 Dead ones. This one, I think by Left 4 Dead Impulse 76, it might have been.
Possibly.
Yeah, it had a lot of really cool cameos. After Left 4 Dead, Master Chief shows up, plus a lot of other video game characters to help the Left 4 Dead crew fight the zombies. Yeah.
Such a great game series.
Yeah, and it's just fantastic directing, fantastic acting, great special effects. Yeah.
Yeah, the special effects, I think, have been the one area that's really improved the most. People like Freddie W. on YouTube, or Freddie Wong is his actual name, but they've brought kind of lower level, not big budget cinema effects to the next level. Like, this looks amazing. It looks like what you can create with these big budgets and stuff, but it's done on a much smaller scale for generally YouTube type videos, and it's blowing everyone away because it's at such this high level that's now accessible to the general public.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, cell phones and camcorders and handhelds even have a have a big deal to do with that as well. I mean, putting that accessibility in everyone's hands, literally everyone's hands.
Yeah.
Oh, especially, I like to see a couple of fan fiction films where they have maybe the Rocky cell phone footage caught from a bystander as Deadpool's hacking some of his pieces or whatever.
Kind of
there are a couple of good Deadpool fan films.
Blair Witch Project kind of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there was a fun one.
I'm so scared. Then Deadpool comes by. Just, your head's gone, your head's gone, your head's gone.
There's actually a one I watched earlier that had it was a Lobo fan fiction that mocked that exact scene from Blair Witch Project. And that guy nailed classic Lobo. I gotta say. I was like,
awesome.
Wow.
I'm so disappointed.
That was pretty good, yeah. And there's some great satires out there, too. Like the Pokemon Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like action, hard up for money. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just mowing people down with that.
Yeah, Pikachu with the machine gun is something everyone needs to see in their lives.
Yeah.
He's just laying dead.
Right. Just all burnt up. Yeah.
He's just ashy.
Yeah.
So sad.
Oh yeah, there were all sorts of good ones that I watched though. So I mean, there are a lot of good lists out there that people have. Mm-hmm. You know, but I would recommend that if you want a good, watch out because it'll be a rabbit hole. You just type in good fan films, you know, or geeky or comic fan films into YouTube. Oh man,
just days will have gone by and you wouldn't even have noticed.
Oh yeah, I spent like 2 hours today watching different ones, and I mean some of them are, of course, are some that are better than others.
Oh yeah,
right, because there's just hundreds of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
But some are pretty darn awesome. Yeah, that Punisher one, that was. I mean, Thomas Jane made it apparently, so there are big names in some of these as well. I've never seen like 5 people die from a Jack Daniels bottle before until this afternoon. So yeah,
and
classic Punisher.
Something worth seeing. My personal favorite is Nightwing Earth 1. And,
cool.
Yeah, it's because I'm a huge Nightwing fan, and that's just the character I always go to, but it's a kind of darker Nightwing, and he's taking on all these villains of Gotham, and they try to make as many cameos as possible from cosplayers of these characters.
Yeah.
Because the cosplay has, like as you said, really jumped up in in recent years.
Oh, it's huge.
You definitely have specialists in these areas.
Oh, yeah. And it's just going to get better.
Oh, yeah. It's just going to get better as people get more into it, really. Because Comic-Con is now this huge event that is the center of geek and nerd culture for...
I think it's more than that, too. I think it's more than just...
Oh, yeah. Comic-Cons have very little to do with comic books nowadays, actually. That's not fair to say. It has less to do with comic books than it does to do with the culture in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Here in Denver is what, the 4th biggest now in North America?
Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
Behind New York, San Diego, and Toronto. North America.
Toronto.
Well, North America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the 4th biggest. I may be
New York has a real big one, too.
Right, New York, San Diego.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's only the 3-4 years that it's here now. I mean...
That's right, yeah, because it's a relatively very new con.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's just, I mean, everything that it brings in from fantasy and the genres of stuff. I mean, the artists and the people that draws in, it's just fantastic. And I think it's more than just the geek culture. I mean,
I love it for like the people watching.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Really?
Creeper? What?
Yeah, I'm the big creeper. I'm checking all the sexy Loki girls walking around. That's me. No, but it is. There's this. You see really fun costumes, and some people put so much effort into these costumes. Yeah. Yeah.
The Galacticus that came last year.
Oh yeah, Guy on Stilts came as Galacticus at the Denver Comic Con. I'm sure we're going to see someone doing something like that as Groots.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of Groots walking around.
Yeah.
We'll call that now.
We'll see how many Groots are walking around and Gamoras and Star-Lords and that kind of stuff. With maybe like a Rocket Raccoon doll, or
there's gonna be a whole Guardians outfit, kids.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I like the gender bent ones too. You know, I can't wait to see the sexy Rocket Raccoons walking around.
But I know at least
yeah,
I know at least 3 Star-Lords that are going to Comic-Con.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
You're going to see at least 3.
yeah.
Probably
go
more
to the
like
Denver Comic-Con.
20 or 25.
Over under 30 Harley Quinns. I mean,
yeah. Oh my gosh, right?
Jesus Christ.
So many.
But people who put on those glamorous outfits, I mean, they have to buy 3-day passes only because they go in an outfit like that. They spend the whole day. Autographs and photos and the shit all day. Is just one day. I'm like, all right, and then the next day they're just like, all right, no outfits. I want to go.
Yeah, I want to
go and shop.
You know what I mean?
They pick their least favorite day and go in their outfit because they become one of the attractions.
Right? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Sundays in cons or the last days in cons are often the best day for vendors. Because that's the day after everyone's walked around, they've eyeballed this product for the past 2 days. That cool print or, whatever toy, whatever it is. And Sunday, typically you don't see as many costumes. That's the shopping day.
Right.
Yeah.
Though it's going to
Some
be
of it.
Monday for Denver, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Monday is a holiday. What holiday is that?
Oh God, you got me, man.
Hell,
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, Monday's a holiday.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know when Age of Ultron's coming out.
You expect you to know national holidays?
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
Get
gonna be
outta
Saturday,
here.
Sunday, Monday. I want
Yeah.
to say President's Day, but that just happened, so probably not President's Day.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure.
Labor Day, something like that.
Yeah, probably some silly day.
Well, that's cool though. So,
Yeah, so-
is it going to be a 4-day con then?
No,
3.
it's going to
Saturday, Sunday,
Saturday,
Monday.
Sunday, Monday.
Oh, that's interesting.
No Friday.
Okay. That'll still probably do better for the city because I bet a lot of people coming from out of town are still going to stay on Friday
Oh, yeah.
and everything. Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you know, speaking of all the cosplaying, I read an article today about this guy in England who actually 3D printed an Iron Man costume.
Yeah, I read that too.
Yeah, and it cost him, including the cost of the printer, less than $2,000.
really?
And he has a 3D printer out of it too. So
Yeah,
I mean,
now
like,
he can do whatever costume he wants.
Yeah.
essentially. Wow.
Yeah, but apparently though the design time and everything was real. Like he spent a long time
Well, I can imagine.
designing it
Because
He
you
said-
can't just find
3D
like
printers. I thought
Iron
they
Man
were-
prints online, like the blueprints for all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
things.
yeah. You
can't
have to
just find
create
those.
it. Yeah, and customize it to your size and everything. But you know those programs are just going to get better and better, and the cost of 3D printers are going to go from $1,200 down to
$400.
It's going to be the price of a normal printer eventually.
Oh yeah, I really do think that we're going to see some like going back to Star Trek, some Star Trek replicator type shit where you have a 3D printer in your house, and you just instead of buying the toy or whatever off of Amazon, you just buy the plans and just print that
fine.
shit out.
Yeah.
That'll give a whole new definition to Christmas.
Yeah.
Just print it. Just print out your fucking toy, Jimmy.
Just give me the blueprints of what you want, and I'll get it for you.
Yeah, right.
Buy the blueprints.
Oh.
That's pretty shitty. He's got an envelope full of blueprints.
No, yeah, you just get a bunch of downloads for blueprints, that kind of stuff.
Then you gotta buy like skins and shit like that for whatever you want. What is it? Color schemes?
Oh yeah. This guy didn't paint this Iron Man costume.
Well, that's what I mean,
He
yeah.
just had the different colored plastic.
No.
Mhm.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. You get like a My Little Pony printout for your kid or whatever.
Oh, all sorts of stuff. It's just getting better and better and
That's
better.
what I'm saying.
too.
You get it.
Yeah.
You get a blueprint for your kid, and then it comes in what, gray or something, and then. Never mind. Fuck it. Let's move on.
No,
Yeah, it's
it all
getting all
depends on
weird.
the. I don't know
No,
much
no.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends on the material that you're using to print it with. But it's not unheard of or impossible. It's clearly not impossible to take edible material,
Oh, yeah.
and actually like print meals
Mhm.
and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
so,
they've shown that in the past.
yeah, like that's wacky. Oh man, and
Yeah.
and I know this may get a little wacky on you guys here. But we're at the point, technologically wise, with the availability of 3D printing, right, where we can essentially program some satellite that has a 3D printer equipped to it, send it out somewhere, once it finds a asteroid or moon or whatever that it can attach itself to, and harvest material from that to 3D print an identical copy of itself. Right, and then send 2 out, and have this exponential virus of human technology blasting out into the cosmos. We're like maybe 5-10 years away from that. That's awesome, right?
What an appropriate word to use, virus.
Oh yeah, because it's just like this weird human technological infection that just goes out and just recreates and blasts itself out. Yeah.
I'm just imagining this alien planet. Oh dear God, we got a virus.
No, another one of these fucking things showed up. What is this? It keeps trying to make more of itself. God damn.
Quickly, kill it with fire.
Quickly, destroy this thing. Yeah, lands on that actually could be that could be a real bad deal if it's something like that landed on like a actual planet that was about to have a developing civilization that just rapes all their natural resources to create more robots for it.
Just uses up everything. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
we're done.
Yeah.
Good job, 3D printers.
Yeah, good job. Hey, we found an Earth-like planet. They used it all up to make a zillion more of themselves. Oh, bastards.
Well done, science.
Yeah. Maybe you should have a control in there somehow. I don't know.
5 years.
Fuck it. Just go mad scientist on it. Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen?
Destroy all worlds. Yeah, speaking of space exploration, since this is a good...
What a segue.
What a segue.
Whoa. Yeah,
It's almost like we're professionals.
Almost.
We're nowhere near professionals.
NASA
I
has
just had a cat on
gotten
my lap.
NASA's gotten some interesting data that it's collected in the past couple days.
Yeah. Which I didn't even know this was going on. Which makes me wonder how many other NASA programs are going on that nobody knows about.
A lot.
Until they find something, right? Probably a lot. Who knows? But yeah, I guess, so we sent out some small satellite. I think it was called the Dawn. To get close to this dwarf planet that has this really wacky long orbit.
Yeah.
That I guess this thing was like discovered back in the 1800s, but just recently was categorized as a dwarf planet. I think it's called Ceres.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ceres or US or something like that. But the cool thing about it is that as the satellite's getting closer, it's taking kind of a live feed of this dwarf planet rotating, and you see the sun and the side of it's that's lit up by the sun. And as it's rotating, there are these two really bright lights on the surface of this dwarf planet that are pretty close to each other, and it's very clear to see. And you can see it off of NASA's website. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the only way you can get those feeds. I don't think satellite's broadcasting to YouTube or anything. I think it's probably a secure channel.
Some guys,
you might think,
Yeah.
I'm going to use Hubble telescope to look at some boobies.
But it looked to me like it was still being lit up even as Ceres was rotating towards the shadow.
The dark side.
The dark side.
Or nighttime side.
Yeah, the nighttime side of it. Yeah, which I don't... So NASA apparently doesn't even know what this stuff was. They were talking about anything from ice volcanoes, whatever the fuck that is.
It's a thing, bro.
Apparently that's a thing. I don't know the physics behind an ice volcano.
Sounds like a video game type thing that would happen, but...
Yeah, I don't know. How would that work? I'm not even going to try and understand the physics of that.
Science
or some sort of wacky volcano, but it's like too small of a planet to have like an active molten core, probably. Who knows?
Spoiler alert, we're not scientists.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
In case that wasn't apparent by our lack of knowledge about everything.
I personally think they're aliens. I think that's just throw it out there. I'm just gonna throw it all the way out there.
It's like someone driving past you on the road has their high beams on. You're like, dude, turn those off. And
no, yeah. No, it's some weird liquid. It could be even maybe be something that hasn't been discovered
Glacials,
yet.
they were saying? No.
Yeah, like an ice patch or some other sort of frozen
But, I mean,
patch.
it's very, I don't say systematic, it's very rhythmic when it goes on and off. It's very much a pattern, it seems. And so, it's not...
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd
volcanic ice.
Do you guys believe in aliens?
I do. I think it's...
I don't say I believe in aliens, but... We're very, 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 very small and very.
That's exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly.
We are so small on
very finite and very big.
Yeah, on a grand scale of things, we are so small and so insignificant that I think it's
to believe that we are. Yeah,
to believe that we're the only like planet with life on it. That's kind of almost self-centered.
Oh, it's very self-centered. I'm right with you guys there. That it's. The universe, even just the observable universe that we've seen is so big that, I mean, there's people who have done the math that even if it's like a millionth of a percentage of all the observable stars have a planet, and even a millionth of the percentage of those can support life, and even a millionth of a percentage of those actually develop life, you're still talking about billions of planets that have, some sort of form of life. I think a lot of it is we're expecting to see, and looking for carbon-based life forms like us. Yeah. But you just look around the Earth and what we can observe on Earth, And you might as well be talking about some aliens.
Yeah.
You start talking about bacteria and some like funguses.
Oh, man.
And
Deep sea fish.
Every year there's new shit found on fucking Earth.
Yeah, right?
Earth. There's like, oh shit, look at all these fucking dozens of things that we just found.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
But there's no aliens.
Yeah.
This is on Earth. We live here. We've been here.
Yeah, but who's
Thousands of years. We've been here.
Oh yeah, we know. We know.
And then you're talking about out here, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
no, we have fucking no
Right?
idea.
And that's what I love too, because we've really kind of had the observable universe really, really getting to where we can measure like electromagnetic spectrums and that kind of stuff. That's like all that shit is less than a century old. Certainly less than 2 centuries old. You know, again, not a scientist, not an expert, but I don't think it was until like the 40s and 50s where things like radar and more electromagnetic detecting devices were starting to be developed. You know? Well, I think radar was actually in the 30s. At any rate, it's still very new in human history. And the hubris of man to be like, well, check it out. Granted, the universe is billions of years old, but we've been looking for a solid 70 years. We haven't found shit. You know, you're like, what? Therefore,
nothing exists.
None. Yeah.
Because we're the best, and we would have found it.
We look
Right.
real hard, dude. Real hard.
Yeah, real hard.
Real hard, man.
Yeah. I'm excited about this stuff, and we've seen some other cool things coming out of NASA with some of their cool photographs and all that. I think it's going to be interesting getting the public back interested into space exploration and whatnot. You know, we went from developing the airplane to landing on the fucking moon, or making a movie about landing on the moon, whichever you believe, within
really,
70 years.
I can't wait.
That's the actual thing.
I just can't wait for some Total Recall shit, dude. I just can't wait, dude.
Right? Mars colony stuff?
Fucking
That'd be
take me,
great.
man.
Oh shit, did you guys hear about that? There was like some big contest where
Yeah.
people won a trip to be on the first Mars
Man,
colony.
I can't wait for those assholes to die.
They're all gonna die. They're all gonna die
They're
that trip.
fucking die, man.
I mean, I'm all for them. I'm all for
Yeah,
them.
go for it.
It's
Well, no,
getting us closer.
That's the exact same thing
Exactly.
everybody said about Columbus and like Leif Erikson.
I can't
like,
wait for that.
That fucker's never coming back.
You assholes ain't coming
You
back.
guys are gonna
ain't
get,
gonna make it.
you're gonna get
You
eaten
ain't
by
shit.
space krakens. That's what's gonna happen.
But no, seriously, they ain't come back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Either way, it's a huge step forward in just space colonization in leaps of science, and if they don't come back, we're probably going to learn something from it.
Yeah.
We'll take some photos.
It's a great
Yeah, we'll take some
sacrifice,
photos.
for sure.
It's
There's
like,
a,
this is the point where they died, therefore,
We'll take
we
some
need to do this.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of fantastic sacrifices that have been made in the name of science. Some not voluntarily, but this is what it is. I wish you all the best of luck, but, you know.
Speaking of space travel, I think we said something the other day about the first spaceship with Neil Armstrong and cell phones.
Oh, how there's more...
There's more technology on a
cell
smartphone
phone.
now
Yeah.
than there was on the first space shuttle
Yeah.
to the moon.
To land on the moon.
Yeah, the thing that landed on the moon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking mind-blowing.
Well, it goes to show what we care about, what we throw technology and throw money at. Because
Because
apparently,
NASA's
yeah.
no longer a thing that can send things into space.
Well, I think like India launched some sort of space rocket, to Mars or whatever mission. Anyways, they were sending something into space, and it was like a $75 million program, right? That's like the salary of some athletes in America,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
we could just put a spending cap on, baseball and throw that money at NASA or privatized space firms, and we'd be mining asteroids and shit,
Nobody likes A-Rod right
Yeah.
now.
I was going to say,
Keep
like,
that guy out, take his money.
or we could have Space Station A-Rod, and I'm
Right.
also behind that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
What
get
the
to
fuck?
owe him like
stripes.
$60 million. Nobody likes that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that.
There was an article that's like, oh, he got his hit in his first spring training. I'm like, oh, he could go to space.
Honestly.
Exactly. How about we do, I would rather have we could take what we spend right now on sports in America, and I'm just choosing sports. We could choose whatever, fashion, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. You know, we could take something that is kind of played out. Yeah. In America.
I'm trying to think of something real fast. I couldn't.
First, I'll even do something geeky. First-person shooters, whatever. It's something that's played out.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Space.
Right?
We're losing
and
so
instead
many right now.
have... Oh, my gosh, right?
We only have 5. It's fine.
Yeah. And set up some sort of, like, crazy sports league on the moon or some shit with that money. Anti-gravity. Or just in orbit. It doesn't have to even be on the moon. It could just be in orbit. I'd watch Anti-Gravity Death Ball, you know? That'd be awesome.
Why is it going to be Death Ball?
Because that'd be fun.
Yeah, you could throw your opponent into the atmosphere. Just, whoa, that'd be great.
Have fun in space!
Yeah. With robots or convicts or whatever, you know, whatever it is.
God, this is sounding like a horrible action movie more and more.
It's fantastic.
Oh, hey, fan film idea. Convict
space death ball.
Convict low orbit space death ball.
Like there's an actual movie of that or something.
Well, plenty of convict sports movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was that movie? Maybe they're on rollerblades and they had a death ball.
Oh, you're talking about Rollerball.
What's that? Just Rollerball?
Rollerball.
But
yeah.
They had like.
No, that's a great film. And I'm not talking about the remake with like Cuba Gooding Jr. or whoever the fuck was in it.
I think
ignore that shit. No, ignore that shit.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos?
Yeah, no, watch that.
That's what I was talking about.
No, the original
and the dude from American Pie.
Yeah, I think it was like James Caan was in it. It was a 70s film, and it was great. It was brutal. It was cool.
I'm thinking about that new one.
It was worthwhile.
Was it Rollerball?
Rollerball, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good sci-fi film. Watch that, and then watch. Oh God, what was another great one from that area? I was thinking it was the Logan's Legacy or something like that. Anyways, we'll talk about 70s sci-fi films on another podcast.
Yeah, we'll get back around to
it eventually. Yeah, we'll get back someday. That's an empty promise.
Just put it on the docket.
Great 70s cult classic movie. Good ones.
There are some great ones. Death Race 2000. Oh my God, so good.
We should bring up Mad Max too.
Right?
We should talk about that because that movie's gonna be focused.
Oh yeah, Mad Max.
Road Warrior.
Yeah, although that wasn't 70s. I don't think it was.
Yeah, well, maybe early 80s, but it's Road Warrior.
Definitely early 80s. Yeah.
Road Warrior and all.
Yeah, so good, so good. Yeah, Mad Max is like the only reason that I can forgive Mel Gibson for everything.
For being just a terrible human being.
Whatever, man. That man is...
No, really, I mean, that's true. I watched Passion of the Christ on fast forward. I was like...
Well, you can't bring it...
But, whatever,
he... weapons?
But he was Mad Max. Come on.
Come on.
He was in the Thunderdome. Hey. It's like Michael Jackson, right? Dude made Thriller. Come on.
He's got a pass.
Yeah, he's got a pass.
I'm not sure that works.
No, it works. Totally check.
It's all good. Yeah.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anti-Semitic drunk. Oh, well. At least you made a great movie when you were young.
Well, it's getting to that time where we raise a glass to something we talked about in this podcast, this issue. Chris, do you have anything in mind?
Wow.
Or James?
Yeah, I'll think of some. Well, yeah, I'll do one. We're just going to give a toast to a subject that we gave before, and we talked about a lot of really fun, cutting edge stuff. But the fun thing about it is how technology kind of mirrors science fiction. So I'll raise a glass to the whole science fiction kind of being a weird prophet. To the prophecy of science fictions, and, of course, things like Star Trek and Leonard Nimoy and Spock.
Of course.
And their prophets.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a hell of a thing right now, too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely.
Alright. I will raise my glass today to alien life forms that we are eventually going to find, mostly because I don't want you to abduct me and probe me and kill me. So,
yeah, well, Yeah, don't kill me. If you're gonna probe me, let's make it fun for everybody.
Are you really gonna leave with that?
I'm just saying, I can't have a say whether or not they abduct you. But if you're gonna probe me, let's not, there's cool ways to do about it. You don't have to be an asshole about it.
Alright, fair enough. So, this goes to the aliens that are coming for us, eventually.
Here's to a happy probing, right?
What am I, I'm raised a glass to, I want to give a shout out to Mel Gibson.
Still thinking about Mad Men.
And, Mel Gibson, man. Man, that racist guy, man. That Catholic guy. Man. I just had too many good times with that guy. He had so many good movies.
He really did.
He really
he's a product of his environment. Yeah,
his old man was just a nutcase.
Oh, yeah. If I had Mel Gibson's dad as my dad, I would have probably turned out way worse.
Yeah. And before he had that rant, man, he just had a place right here. And
he can come back.
He can come back.
You can go back, Mel.
Mel Gibson. That's where I'm raising the glass.
Sweet. Well, thanks for watching. James, thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, hopefully come back.
So, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter. Obviously, we're going to upload this to YouTube as we do every week, the video form. And our podcast will be on iTunes. We are also now on Tumblr.
Wow.
And we will... I know we said that we would release the beer profile last week, but life happens. So this week, it is going to happen.
So you all know, all this that we're talking about, Steven's doing all of this. This is all of this guy.
Nothing.
Yeah, we don't do any. He just invites us to hang out, and he puts this all together. So mad props to you, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So do it.
Yeah. So if you're bitching about the beer list, just watch the past episodes and you'll see what we drink.
Yes, highlights coming throughout the week on YouTube. Full podcasts will be released on Friday. And, there's always going to be more news to talk about. So we will always be back next week.
Post questions and stuff? Is there stuff on questions?
Like comments and stuff, for sure.
Yeah, you can comment on really any of our platforms. You can send us a message. We will 100% respond.
Yeah, do that. And give us ideas to talk about, and we'll shoot them up and do stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking a fun what if would be fun. I was thinking this big Marvel thing. Cause I was thinking earlier, and I kind of missed it, what fan films we would like to see, maybe. That kind of stuff. We'll talk about that in a sec, but we'll say goodbye to everyone for now. Yeah.
Until next week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone. We appreciate you watching. Cheers.
Bye, y'all.